I agree with holding full day school for elementary students. It is undeniable in today's era, many parents are busy working in office or anywhere who start working from morning to evening. Meanwhile, children who only go to school from morning to afternoon will be at home alone without supervision. The rise of criminal cases involving children has made the consideration that full day school should be held. After school, if not properly supervised, children tend to free fall into their surroundings, either meeting peers, playing in areas that shouldn't be, or even playing games at internet cafes or playstations, and so on. Full day school is the teaching learning activities, or in Indonesia, kegiatan belajar mengajar system launched by the Indonesian Ministry of Education and Culture in 2017. Full day school means 1 day of school. This definition still often misunderstanding by many people. Even though the name is full day, the teaching and learning activities do not take place non-stop from morning to night. On Permendikbud number 23 of 2017 explained that full day school means that school days must last 8 hours per day or every day for Monday to Friday, starting at 6 past 45 p.m. until until 15 past 30, with a break every 2 hours. The duration of teaching and learning activities also in accordance with 2013 curriculum. Although many people oppose it, the full day school policy has also received support from various parties. Not a few parents who don't mind their children coming home late in the evening. These parents agreed with the original aim of the full day school policy, namely to implement the strengthening character education program for the creation of future generation of quality in all fields. The purpose of holding the full day school system is to improve the quality of education by supporting the teaching and learning activities process more thoroughly and reaching every aspect of student academic development. Teaching and learning activities in class, students will also get time extracurricular activities that can support their emotional, psychological, and social skills. For example, extracurricular recitation if in Islamic school, Scout, Red Cross, or other types of extracurricular activities related to arts or sports. Full day school method has also been implemented in several developed countries such as United States, Japan, and China, and has proven successful in achieving educational goals. According to education expert Amunir, the concept of full day school is not matter of adding material and time to study one subject, but the process of mentoring teacher to children at school. A study was conducted in 2015 by the Inter-American Development Bank to find out what positive impacts of full day schooling would have in South American countries. The research focused in full day school in Colombia, which is the same as Indonesian, is still debate. In brief, the study concluded that the advantage or benefits of full day school are the first one. The first one of the advantage of full day school, students' understanding of the subject matter will be deeper. There be reduce the risk of students not graduating or falling behind in understanding the material. The second, students' abilities for mathematics and language are getting better and more stable. Third, students have plenty of time to explore their talents and abilities through practical lessons, reducing the number of early marriages and the number of students dropping out of school, reducing the anxiety of parents who, for various reasons, cannot supervise children's activities when they come home from school. And children or students can be closer to their school friends whether they are in the same class or not. The last lesson hours are used for extracurricular activities which in some schools tend to be underestimated, have the opportunity to be more active and function optimally as a means of channeling students' talent and expression. And the last is the emotional relationship between the teacher and the students will be more closer and personal because they will spend more time together. Lebih banyak waktu bersama. With the length of time the children are in school, the teacher can accompany them such as for worship, lunch, play and other activities as well as the activities they do at home. Of course, all of these activities are directed at educational values. Learning by playing or learning by doing are emphasized.
In Indonesia, a full-day school system has been established since 2017 by the Minister of Education and Culture, Muhadjir Effendi. Full-day school requires students to study at school for 8 hours a day from Monday to Friday, with a break every 2 hours and holidays on Saturday and Sunday. There are many pros and cons about full-day school system, especially for elementary students. This program is considered too excessive because elementary students are required to carry out learning activities such as adult working hours. And children in this age should have their own activities at home, such as playing with their friends, and shouldn't spend a full day at school. KPAI Chairman Asroruni Amsoleh assessed that full-day school would interfere with the children's daily socialization life, and according to him, spending long periods of time at school can interfere with the intensity of children's interactions. Children need to interact with their friends at school, friends in the neighborhood, and with their family at home. And Asrarun said that each children has different conditions and cannot be equated. There are children whose parents work at home and some don't work. For parents who don't work at home, it will certainly reduce the intensity of meetings with their children. Asrarun assessed that full-day school would actually be detrimental to children. Full-day school requires children to going to school too early, and it makes children inevitably skip their breakfast or just eat what they want. And finally, they don't have enough energy reserves to process subject matter at school. Moreover, not All schools have lunch or catering facilities with nutrient and varied food choices so that children tend to keep snacking carelessly. On the other hand, full-day school makes children lose valuable time for rest and sleep. Many scientific studies have reported that children who sleep less than 6 hours a night are reportedly 3 times more likely to suffer from depression. Study from Poland in March 2017 stated that out of 264 students, 1/10 felt a high level of stress and 5 of respondents had insomnia. Children get minimal rest and playtime because they are required to take part in various additional activities outside of school, including its extracurricular activities and tutoring lessons. Children also don't have time to sleep enough at night, and even though the next day they have to get up early again to go to school. This will gradually overwhelm the brain and become very tired, which makes the child vulnerable to stress. Stress is bad for children. Psychological disorders like this, in the long term, can increase the risk of behavioral problems for children at school, such as truancy and experimenting with drugs or alcohol, to suicidal thoughts or attempts, and therefore, full-day school for elementary students should be banned.
I am, as the affirmative team, we believe that full-day school is a good program for elementary students. There are some reasons why full-day school will provide a good result for students self, also developing the quality of education in Indonesia. First one, forming good character to students. The points are discipline, creative, teamwork skills, responsibility, and independence. Full-day school essentially wants to provide a comprehensive educational process, not just focus on academic achievements, but also having high soft skill and having a good character attitude. The application of full-day school is basically not just to increase learning time or at subject matter, but students are conditioned to have good life habits, enhance a sense of nationalism towards the nation and state, and foster students to become human beings of character. Then, according to Rahman in his journal, said that character can be interpreted as a person's character or character that differentiates himself from others. Forming one's character is not easy. The character is formed through a long process. One of the process is habituation. Habit is obtained from a repeated action. And Gajah Mada University Public Policy Observer Professor Muhajir Darwin sees the full-day school discourse as a positive plan because it is appropriate for children's character building. Particularly, there is moral degradation and crisis among the youths at this time. And then, Nastiti found in her research that implementing full-day school is able to build children's characteristics through applying discipline as a habit at school. And then, students' schedule should be set effectively. With the schedule, students' activities have been managed to make their learning comfort to them. It will make students become disciplined and appreciate their time and do not waste it. How they do study and other activities to be responsible. Building teamwork skills also supports students to be independent. When learning or doing other activities with their friends, they will find some problems and will learn how to find the solution about that. Students also can improve their creativity because they have many intensity to meet to their friends and teachers and talk more about anything from academic until non-academic. Exactly, still in productive thing. It also may practice to increase power of thought by discussing and talking with others. The next is giving more time to understand materials deeply with teachers and peers, like a discussion. Students have more opportunities to talk and discuss about the material. They can ask to teachers more often about the lesson than just stay at home. Students stay all day at school will encourage them to have more time to discuss with their teacher. Teacher also will involve students to take position in some activities at school, not only improving students' cognitive but also social side. And then developing abilities properly through extracurricular and educational games. The government tries to optimize character education again. One way is to implement a full-day school, where schools increase students' learning hours in school by adding character values through extracurricular activities and also religious activities. Extracurricular activities are held to explore the potential of students through sports or art or any interests of students that are oriented to formation of attitudes, behavior, and personality. Full-day school offers two kinds of program at school, such as giving additional time to the specific subject and providing many kinds of extracurricular for characteristic values like scouting. The facts show that by intending additional time to learn specific subject, students can improve their score. And then increasing and balancing between academic and social. Full-day school also do not neglect social norm. Teachers have provided through other ways enriching good characteristics for children. Staying longer at school will lead them to do positive things, such as having more discussion with friends, playing together, and interacting a lot, which will be able to enhance their social emotional skill. The program about care to environment also should be held at school. A various and good program to fill full-day school should be taught well by teachers. And then another reason is helping parents to educate their children. In this era, parents will be busy for their work. Teachers claim that full-day school has a great benefit, particularly for working parents until 5 p.m. In this situation, school is the best place to ensure that their children will get good monitoring and good control. Parents will comfortable in the workplace. They will not worry what their children are going to do after school. Then, children who join this program will attain many advantages if they enjoy it. Teacher will give the best program and facility to enjoy their longer at school. Also, teacher will supervise them as long as the children stay there by involving the program. The program should be appropriate with the students. Everyone can imagine that if the children come home after school, then they do not find their parents at home. It's likely cannot be believed that they will do positive thing at home while waiting for their parents to come home. Full day school will bring a great benefit for parents who are working until afternoon. They cannot control their children at home. They will not know what children do and with whom children talk to. Although parents provide a cell phone that will take carefully by the cell phone, for instance, children watch violence news on television, pornography video, campfire synchron, and so forth. If it's not coped with additional time at school, it implicates on less control of parents after school that cause students to be unproductive. Then, preparing the full day school is to preparing the quality of human resources for the future. Improving school quality in Indonesia is the main purpose of implementing a full day school. Students in school with longer time will have better academic achievement. Although it's not the main purpose, but the good character, it will make a quality of education in Indonesia will be better.
Okay, here I'm not agree with government team about a full day school for students elementary school. The basic idea of full day school is to keep children away from the negative influence of the house and the environment where they live. By spending more time at school, it is hoped that children will focus more on their education so that they can grow into good personalities as well. But in reality, there are several negative impacts arising from full-day school for elementary students. The negative effects of full-day school for elementary students include that first, the physiological aspect. According to Indra Nurkhalis, Masruhi, and Juhadi in their journal entitled Full Day School Application and Its Effect on Student Character Building, children with full day school have different pressure than public school. This is due to the demands for high academic achievement. Besides that, students also have activities that exceed their physical abilities. And also, this gradually overwhelms the brain and is so intense that it makes the child vulnerable to stress. Stress is bad for children. For your information, many scientific studies have reported that school children who sleep less than 6 hours per night are reportedly 3 times more likely to suffer from depression. And then physical disorders like disease in the long term can increase the risk of a child's behavior problems at schools. Second, social aspect. Children full day school like socialization in the community. This is due to school students throughout the day, so they do not have enough time to socialize with the surrounding community. Interaction in school is also limited because children are preoccupied with the activities of elementary school. According to Heri Setiawan in a journal entitled The Impact of Full Day School Implementation in Indonesia, the full day school system can allow students to reduce their time to socialize with the wider social environment. Students spend time studying and playing only with their peers at school. Saturation and expression of student empathy for an environment that is very vulnerable occur with the students who lack time to socialize. In addition, one of the rights of children is to play. Even though the learning process is very important, you shouldn't be deprived of playing time. By playing, a child will learn who he is and what the environment is like. Third, the imbalance between student load and age. According to the Secretary General of the PBNU, Helmi Faisal Zaini, students in elementary and junior high schools are said to have a learning load that is not appropriate for their age. Helmi said the results of a poll with a number of physiologists in Central Java some time ago conclude that children aged 8 after 1 p.m. tend to have a decrease in their knowledge absorption. If teaching and learning activities are aided, the absorption of education in children will not be maximized, he added. So that it can cause boredom for students. The saturation of children who follow the full-day school education system can be seen from the way they can be seen in the environment. Many of them feel lazy, tired, not excited, and the like because they are bored. So we can conclude that every government policy will definitely provide pros and cons, including the implementation of full-day school for elementary school students or for various other level of schools. When viewed from the initial goal of full-day school to make students more active in schools and to keep away the negative effects in the home environment, it has a negative effect on the child's development itself. We as adults should remember that a child must have enough playtime to form their motor skills. In addition, with a lot of time at school, they can improve their abilities by learning new things that have never been formally taught in school. Okay, that's all.